What up, fellas? It's Ty. Welcome back to the channel where we discuss all things prostate and prostate cancer related. If you're new here, welcome to you. If you've been here, watched the video, maybe even liked and subscribed, I appreciate you. So one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to expand on one of the comments that I made into one of the videos about hydration. I thought the question that was asked was really great. But how do you stay hydrated with the idea that you trying to combat the incontinence? And I was like, wow, I know that I thought about that, but not specifically the way that the question was posed. And I was like, whoa, well, I didn't necessarily have that problem, but one of the things that I did was I normally drink like liter bottles of water. We buy them at the house and I drink them frequently through the day. And so the hydration part wasn't an issue for me. I cut out anything caffeine and sodas, and I cut out I'm on the coffee drinker, but I cut out beer just because I remember those things were stimulants and they made me go to the restroom, and I didn't need anything that was going to push me to the restroom immediately until I figured out what was going on and what just basically water would do. And then I was able to measure, like, look, if I drank 2 bottles a day, if I drink a third bottle, like how much I went back and forth to the restroom. And I kind of put this around how and when I was actually at home. So during that recovery, I actually did that to try to figure out if I could measure what it is and what the circumstances were. So that happened. And then on the other side of that, I had, my wife was really awesome because she would always ask me how much water did I drink, because there were circumstances where sometimes I didn't want to drink water. Like if I was having some problems, I might have found out. I was like, look, if I don't drink nothing will come out. So I'm not. No, you want to make sure you stay hydrated. Again, the whole purpose of the water is to make sure that your system has all the stuff that it needs to actually heal. So you want to make sure that you're staying hydrated is very important. All right, so the back end of that question was reintroducing those things into your diet. Caffeine gave me some problems. It gave me some problems. I would drink a soda and all of a sudden I was running to the restroom. I was, holy smokes, man. And I'm talking about, I would run to the restroom, I put out a lot of urine, then I would go back and I put out a lot of urine again. And it was crazy because, for some people that have had the radical prostatectomy, it's not everybody. All right. When you get to the restroom, it's like it used to be like you would be sitting there and all of a sudden you decide when to pee. Nah, not always. Sometimes you just, once you whip it out and you get, boom, you're peeing. It's coming out. For some people, their surgery goes well, and I'm one of those individuals. I'm like, I could get there and kind of pee and know when it's, or push it out a little bit. But that's not always the case, though. And that's the thing that I really want you all to understand, that everybody has days of good days and bad days. And sometimes you don't necessarily know when those things are going to occur, man. You just have to be in the moment. So staying hydrated and figuring out how much you could drink. And then, like I said, I've said in other videos that I didn't reintroduce alcohol to a year later. And I've only drank alcohol like twice since then. And I wasn't really a huge drinker, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to make that a part of everything that I do. I do drink beer now. I'm a year and a half through, and I'm able to drink a couple of light beers. I think 3 is my limit before I get to a point where I feel like the urgency is a little much. But of course, if you already have a larger ability to have that consumption, you may find that later, but you might want to find out what that is beforehand. So, as always, I tell you all, that question was great because it was months before I stopped drinking just water. Months and months. So, whatever it is you choose to do, just make sure that you are, 1, staying hydrated, 2, that if you decide you want to drink water, that you drink mostly water, and 3, if you decide to drink something else, do not drink any alcohol, do not drink any beer or any of that stuff until you are cleared initially. Please don't drink that. Just don't do it. You know, even if that's your thing, don't do it. Right? When you put that into your system and you're peeing, I know sometimes, like if you actually had a drink and you were going through and you're like, oh man, you know, sometimes when you pee, you're like, hey, it felt a little funny. Listen, let all of that heal before you do that. All right? Appreciate you. I hope this finds you well. Peace and blessings, fellas.